Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before going to today's topic, I have some exciting news to share with you today. My book has officially been released, though this is all in one textbook, question bank with answer and lab manual for those who are appearing for this present year second PUC examination. So this is a new syllabus and this is a NCERT based curriculum. So those who want to order, please contact this number for order. I just want to show you the sample of this book. It contains filling the blanks, worksheet, assertion and questions, then question and answer, and I have given very simple way point wise explanation. And you can see the textbook also it will be detailed with very simply framing sentence I have mentioned, and there is a real life scenario which is really helpful for you to connect with the concept. And also I have given a different example so that you can understand easily what are the different type of error in the first chapter. And I have given the lab manual, you can see here I have given the query, you can just copy the same thing in MySQL, it will work. And also you can take the output also and write it same thing in the record notebook, so that easily you can understand each concept thoroughly. So please refer your friend and share it with all your friends. So don't wait, grab your copy now. To place the order, as I told you, you have to contact this number. His name is Narendra Singh, and please refer your classmate and your friend so they can also benefit too. Once you get the book, I would love to hear your feedback, so please leave a comment below. So now I'm going to continue with the topic today. I have to show you how to do the MySQL step-by-step of process, and also we are going to discuss with you the first SQL program. So in your Google, you have to mention MySQL download for Windows. You will get your https mysql.com. Just mention this. Just click this icon and you have to get two no version installer. One is Windows x86 32-bit, another one x86 32 1. Only you can see the first one is a 2.1 MB and second one is 3.537 M. So better you can go with the second option and download this. Now it's downloaded. Now you can see here we got this MySQL installer, choosing a setup type. So you have to go with custom. So custom, why we have to select the customers? So that we come to know that what are the products we are installing it. Now we have to click next. Now these are the products. So all the three products we are going to install it. MySQL server. So that we are going to click here. After that application also, then we are going to install the Workbench also. So Workbench, and again the MySQL shell. So these three is very important. Okay, after that we have to click next. So these are the two, then you have to click next. Or you wish to continue? Yes. Now click execute. It will start installing. Okay, now you can see all the products is completely installed. After that you have to click next. Then now MySQL server is ready to configure. So here don't do any changes. Click next and click next. And here the current root password. This is very important. You have to remember this password. The same password you're going to do it in your NoSQL. So you have to remember this password. So better make a note of it in your notes or in your notebook. After that you have to click next. Then here also no need to mention anything. Click next. Then again execute. Now click finish. After that again product configuration you have to finish now. So the installation is over. Got the connection now. Workstation Workbench will be open now. Just close everything, and JS also you can close it. Now how can you open the client is you have to click MySQL. Then you can see here Workbench. command line client and command line. So any one of that you can open it, either Unicode or the client, anything, it is fine. Now if you open that, it will ask you the password. Always remember, when you're opening the client, you will be mentioning the password. Now whatever the password we have created at the time of installation, you have to use that. Now your SQL is ready. So always the first step, you have to create a database. So better you can create a database. What is the command for that? Create database. Then you have to mention the database. So I am giving my name as a database here. So Kritika is my name. So I'm giving here. So it's up to you. You can give any other name. After that, you will get the query. Okay, one row affected. So this much time is executing. So 0.03 second it took to create a database. After that, you have to give use. So use and the same database name. I'm creating it here. Now the database changed. So always remember, first time you have to create a database. After that, use Kritika. Now what happened? I'm closing this. Again, if I'm trying to open it, my SQL. Now I have to give the password. Now the second day or the second time when you're opening it, no need to create a database. You can just mention use Kritika, your database name. Now from here onwards, you have to start creating the table. I hope everyone is clear. This is what you have to do it. Now I'm going to create a table. The first program we are going to see it today. Let's see the program. So now I'll just explain you the part B SQL program. First program is create a table with the following field and enter 10 records into the table. So now I'm going to enter only 5 records. And what is the entity name is table name. Table name they have given as marks. Okay, and attribute name is nothing but your table column, and column, these are the column you have to mention, and type is nothing but the data type, and size, what is the size, and constraint, what is the meaning of constraint is you are going to ensure the rule. So if the user is entering the data or input value, there is some rule you are going to mention it. So these are the rules. So first column, if you're taking it, roll number, and what is the data type is integer data type, and maximum size it is going to mention as 5, and there is no constraint you are giving, which means there is no rule for that. And next one is a S name. S name is nothing but student name. Student name is nothing but varchar. What is the meaning of varchar is? Varchar is a variable character and it is a dynamic memory. So there is one more concept called char and varchar. So what is the meaning of char? So if I'm giving char of 5, this is a static memory allocation, which means in the memory allocation, the 5 space will be allocated. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces allocated. But when I'm giving the input value as high, what it will happen, this H and this I will be storing it here, and the remaining 3 spaces will be padded, which means it will be wasted. And already it will be created, but this 3 spaces, it will be there in the memory location, and you cannot use this space for any other purpose. So this will be wasted. Okay, that when you're creating as a char, which means it is a static memory allocation. But the same thing when you're mentioning the varchar, during the runtime it is going to create a memory allocation, depends on the input value. So that's what the varchar is, a dynamic memory allocation. Clear now? So varchar, I'm giving the maximum size as 15, and you're giving the constraint as not null. What is the meaning of not null is the student name, you have to make sure that to fill all the 5 records or the 10 records. So as I told you, I'm going to give only 5 records now as an example. Okay, the same thing you can continue with the 10 records. Okay, now S name, I have given the constraint as not null, which means the 5 records you should not give any empty. It has to be not no, it has to be full. The next one is a language mark. What is a language mark? That also the data type you have given as an integer of 3, and you are giving the constraint, the data, whatever the mark you are giving, it should be between 0 and 100. I can't give 150. I can't give minus value. Clear? The same thing for English marks, subject 1 mark, subject 2, subject 3 and subject 4. All data types and size are same, even the constraint are same. I hope everyone is clear what is the mean we had discussed here is what is a char, And what is a varchar? Char is a static memory allocation, varchar is dynamic memory allocation. And not null is nothing but you have to give all the values of student name. Okay, now what is the first query they have given? The first, always the query will be you have to create a table. How are we going to create a table? Let's see. So I have mentioned here, so create. Now as I told you, first you have created the database. So no need to create the database again. So you have to start with use your database name. After that create table, and you are giving the table name. What is the table name? Marks is the table name. Now after that I have to mention the bracket. Then press enter. Then you have to give roll number. You can copy the same thing. Whatever is there in the question paper, you can copy the same thing here. Int of 5. So attribute, then space, what is the data type, and the size also you have to put it in the bracket. And the space, is there any constraint? No constraint, because in roll number we have not given any constraint here. So no need to give any constraint here. After that, what you have to give? You have to give comma here. Then the next, press enter, it will come to the next line. Again you are going to give what? Yes name. Yes name. And what is the data type here? Varchar. So varchar of 15 I have given. And after that, is there any constraint? Yes, there is a constraint. What is a constraint? Not null. So that you have to give a space and mention not null. So this is not a case sensitive. You can use it with a capital letter also, small letter also. And next one, comma, then the third attribute. What is the third attribute? Language mark. The same thing you have to mention here. So language underscore MKS. So marks, and you have to give what? Int. So int of 3. The same thing you can copy it from the question paper. And int of 3, then what is the constraint here? Between 0 and 1. So how you have to give the condition is check, by using the check. You are checking the value. So check of, what is the attribute name? Attribute name is language. So language marks between 0 and, here you are using the and operator, and 100. Clear now? So after that you have to mention the comma here. The same thing, you can use the up arrow in your keyboard. If you're using the up arrow, the previous command, whatever you have typed, it will come. Then you can use the left arrow and right arrow to go to the particular position and change it. So no need to retype it again and again. So what is the next column is? English marks. So English marks I have given. Again int of 3. Again here you have to change it to English marks. English marks also what? Between 0 and 100. Again, the next one. What is the next one is? Subject 1 mark. So I'm giving here up arrow, I'm using it, and I'm using the left arrow and coming to this position. Instead of English marks, I have given here subject 1 marks. And int of 3, here also I am changing it here, subject 1 marks. Then marks between 0 and 100. Then comma. The next one, instead of subject 1, what you have to mention? Subject 2. The same thing here, subject 2. Between 0 and 100. Next one is subject 3. Totally 6 subject you have to create. Language marks, English marks, subject 1 and subject 2, subject 3 and subject 4. Now again the last one. So last one is what? Subject 4. So subject 4 I have given here. And here I have given subject 4. Here the very important, in the last column, no need to give any comma here. Okay, you have to remove the comma and come to the next position and put the bracket and put the semicolon. Now see here, the query okay, 0 rows affected, 7 warnings. Warnings and all you can leave it. It depends on the system, and we are using the constraint, so warning may come. So just leave that. Okay, and 0.07 second only it took it. Clear now? How will we create the table? So create table, and what is our table name they have given? The same table name. Put the bracket and just do copy and paste of your question. And attribute name and space, your data type and size, comma, and next attribute data type. Is there any constraint? You have to give the constraint here. So here the second one is a not null, and the third one is a language marks int of 3. You are going to check. The language marks should be between 0 and 100. Here AND operator you are using it, which means it has to satisfy both the condition. Clear now? So the next creation of the table is over. After creating of the table, what is the second one? So inserting the record. How many data you're going to insert it? We are going to insert 5 record. Okay. So in the questions they have given 10 records. So you can do it 10 records the same way. So how do you give the command? Insert into, what is the table name? Table name I have given as marks. So insert into table name marks values. Okay, after giving the values, you can just press enter here and put the bracket. I'm giving the roll number. You should not change the order. The first you have to give what? Roll number. I'm giving the roll number as 101, comma. What is the yes name? Yes name is alphabet, varchar. Wherever you have given varchar, you have given with a single quote. In Python, we can use single quote also, double quote also. But here you have to use only the single quote. Okay, now I am giving the name as Akash. Then next one, what is comma? Then what is the language marks? Language mark again is a integer. Integer means you have give the mark of 6 subjects. So 90, comma 89, 78, 6 subject marks you are going to give it now. 5 and 6. After that, see, there is two way you can insert the records. So every time you can give insert into table name values, and you have to give this value, put the semicolon, press enter. So one by one inserting of the data also will accept. Otherwise, together you can going to insert the multiple values. If you are planning to insert the multiple values, then put comma here and click here. And again, as I told you, just press the up arrow, then come to this position 102 and change the name. Then here I'm giving the mark here. Try to change all the marks. 1 or 2 is fine still. Now I'm going to insert the third record now. I'm changing the name here. Again the fourth record. So use the up arrow and the right and left arrow. You can just, you can go to the particular position and do the changes. Then the final one. Now in the final one, you should not give anything, the bracket, nothing should come. So what you have to do next one, you have to click enter and close with bracket. Bracket is not necessary. You have to close with semicolon only. Clear? Now you can see here, so query okay, and 5 records are inserted, and there is no duplicate and no warning here. Understood now? So in this way you can insert multiple record by using one insert value only. Insert into table name values, give one value, and each one should be separated by comma, and the last one you have to give only the semicolon. Clear now? So we have created the table and we have inserted the record. What is the next query? Next query, list all the records. What is the meaning of list all records? You are going to, whatever the record you are going to create it, you are going to list it now. How are we going to list it? They will ask you the question list or retrieve. So both are having the same name. So you are going to take out the data. So by using the select command. So select, and you are going to give star from, what is the table name? So table name is nothing but marks. So select, by using the select is a keyword to retrieve the all the details. So select star from table name. Now you can see here whatever the marks we have entered, you got it. Clear? Now what is the next query? Display the description of the table. What is the meaning of description? Description is nothing but the structure of the table. So structure of the table, which command you have to use it? DESC. You can take the word from here. The first four word from the question only you can take it. So DESC, then space, what is the table name? Marks is my table name. You can see here, what is the structure of the table? What is the field means? What are the columns you have created? What is the data type? Null value, whether which one will not accept the null value? Is there anything? Yes, roll number will accept the null value, but yes name, it is not going to accept the null value. But language marks, all this, it is going to accept the null value. Okay, what is the meaning of null value? I will tell you at the end. Okay, the same table I will try to insert one record. That time I will tell you what is the meaning of null value. And next one, is there any key means? I'll tell you that what is the meaning of keys. Different keys are available. And the default, it will accept as a null. Okay, if you're not providing any value, by default value, it will take it as a null. Clear? So this is the description of the table. And what is the next question? Add the new attributes, total and percent. What is it meaning? You are going to add the new column to the existing table. What is the new column? Is total and percent. If you want to add the new one, you are going to use what? Alter. So alter is the keyword to add the new column to the existing table. So alter table. What is the table name? Marks is my table name. After that, you are going to add it, right? So add. What are you going to add? So this also you can take it from the question. You are going to take what? Total and percent. Total and percent, what is the data type? Both are integer data type, right? And percentage, you can give a decimal also. So I have given here int of 4 or 5. Anything, it's okay. After that, comma, add, then percent, decimal of, I'm giving the decimal of 5 comma 2. Okay, now after that you have to end with semicolon. What is the error here? Because I didn't mention add of total. So total int of 4 and add percent. Then you can see here query okay and 0 rows affected, 1 warning. That's fine. Okay, now the column is also added now. Okay, now let's see what is the table. So select star from marks. Can you see here? So first time when you're using the select star from marks, you are getting the table and all the records, whatever the records we have inserted, it has come. Now after including this total and percent, you can see the default, the null value is taken because we have not added any total or percentage, right? So that is what the null value is taken. Clear now? So this is what you have to add the new column. So what is the command? Alter table, table name, add total int of 4, which means total is my attribute name and int of 4 is my data type. And again one more column I'm adding. So comma, add percent decimal of 5 comma 2, which means 5 comma 2. The after decimal point, the 2 decimal value, it is going to accept it. Understood? And what is the next command? Next command is calculate the total and percentage of marks of all the students. So we have created the total and percentage, right? So we are going to now calculate everything. How can you do the calculation? So that is nothing but the update command. So update. What is the table name you have to mention? Update marks. You have to give what? Set. What are you going to set? You are going to set total equal to what total. How can you find the total? You are going to add all the marks, right? Language marks, English marks. So all the column you are going to add it now. So language marks plus English marks. So English marks. I am giving MKS only. Okay. English marks plus then subject 1 marks plus subject 2 marks plus subject 3 marks plus subject 4 marks. So here don't make any mistake in the spelling. Okay, so this is what you will be adding the total. Now you can see query okay, 5 row affected because we have created 5 row, right? So 5 row, the total is being updated now. After that we are going to what? Calculate the percentage. So how can you do that? The same way, update command only. Update marks set. What are you going to set now? Percent. So percent, whatever the column name you have given, the same column name you have to give it here. Don't make any spelling mistake here. Many will do that only. So set percent equal to, how can you find out the percentage? Total. So total divided by 600 into 100. This is what you will be finding the total, right? Now press enter. So you can see here everything is done. Now what is the next query? Next query is list the students whose percentage of marks is more than 60 percentage. So more than 60 percentage you are going to list it. So list all the records. How can you use select star? But you are giving the condition now. Whoever got more than 60 percentage you are going to collect it. So each row you are going to calculate. So each row you are going to check the percentage, right? So how can you give the command? I'll tell you. So again you are going to mention what? Select star. Why star? I'm going to check all the records. So right. So select star from table name. What is my table name? Marks. Then you're going to check the condition. So where class will help you to check the condition in each row. So where percentage only you're going to check, no? So each row, the percentage column is going to check. So that is what you're giving what? Where clause. So every row, the single row, you're going to check it out. So where clause will help you for that, the condition base. So where percent is greater than. So percent you have to mention if greater than 60. Clear? Now you can see here. So greater than 60, whoever got the percentage, you got it. So 4 rows are getting it. Okay. Now what is the next question? List the students whose percentage is between 60 percentage and 85 percentage. So you're going to give again checking the condition between 60 percentage and 85 percentage. So between means what you have to use? You are going to use what? And operator here. The same only you are going to mention it here. Okay, so I'm going to type it. I'm using the up arrow, and here what I'm going to mention, instead of greater than 60, I'm giving here percent between 60 and 85. This is what you have to mention. Now see here, whoever got between 60 and 80, so 60 also is included here. But here why 60 is not included? Because I am not giving a percentage is greater than or equal to 60. But here we are getting it. Understood now? So here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because of 60 is included. What is the next question? Arrange the students based on percentage of marks from highest to lowest order. Which means we are going to do what? Sorting now. So sorting if you want to do, and highest to lowest order you are going to do it, which means descending order you are going to use it, right? So by default MySQL will do ascending order, but if you want to do the descending order, you have to specific DESC, and sorting you are going to use a command called order by. Okay, now I'll tell you the command, the same thing I mentioned here. Select star from marks, because again you are going to retrieve all the detail. So select star from marks. Now what you are going to mention here, how are we going to do the sorting is order by. So order space by, order by what? Based on the percentage, right? So percent, then DESC. So what is it meaning? You are going to select all the details based on the percentage. It is going to reflect highest to lowest order, descending order. Clear? Now see. Now 80, 71, 68, 63, 64. Based on the percentage you are going to ordering it now. I hope everyone is clear now. So these are the query you are supposed to do it. Okay, if you want SQL, the complete theory I'm going to teach in the theory session. So the practical session, just remember these are the very basic command you have to remember. The first one, you are going to create a table. The create is a keyword. And the second one, you are going to insert the table. Sorry, insert the data into the table. So insert is the keyword. After that, list means retrieve. Select is the keyword. So whatever the question, you have to remember the keyword now. Now select. Display, the description is nothing but the structure of the table. Structure of the table is nothing but a DSC is the keyword. Add the new attribute, which means whatever the structure of the table, if you want to change anything, you are going to use the keyword called alter. And any, already you have created the table, you are adding the new column. If you want to update the total and percentage or anything, you have to use the update command. So these are the keyword for the first program you have learned. And list the students whose percentage is more than, you are going to give the condition, which means each row you are going to check the condition, means where clause you are using it. Okay, after that, whose percentage is between 60 percentage and 80 percentage, you are going to check between 60 percentage and 85 percentage. Also you are using what, where clause here. And highest to lowest order, the sorting you are using it what, order by. And you are mentioning what, DSC. By default, the MySQL is going to give ascending order only. That time no need to mention anything ASC and all, you just mention order by percent. But here you are going to mention DESC. Clear now? So these are the concepts you have to remember. I hope the first program everyone understood and how to do the SQL installation. If you have any question, please post your question in the comment section. I will help you. And as I told you, just order the book and please put your review here. Thank you so much.